Friday night in the NBA, we had 8 games to go through, and we had tempers flaring in Memphis. We had 8 games to go through tonight, but we start in Memphis where Ja and Jordy were about to get into it. Memphis hosting Brooklyn tonight. Early in the first quarter, Morant up ahead to Desmond Bane, the number 2 seed in the West, getting off to a good start. If there's one thing we've learned about these Nets, though, they never like to make it easy. They beat Memphis earlier this season. Tonight, the Grizzlies looking for some revenge in the rematch. Morant the steal, Morant the point, Morant the dunk. Later in the first quarter, this is where this Grizzlies team excels, that second unit. Early stages of the second, Memphis up by 3, Morant doing a little bit of everything in this game. Here's the open 3 from Morant, now slicing through the defense, scoop layup. Now here he comes with the crossover, downhill, beep beep, lefty finish. You know, I keep hearing about how we don't have many young and exciting stars that are marketable. Well, what about this man? He's as exciting as it gets. Final seconds of the first half for Morant. Here he goes, beating the buzzer, stopping on a dime. He hits the shot, then he has some words for Fernandez. Third quarter and more from Morant, getting the pass from the rookie Jalen Wells, another 3. I don't know about you, but to me, this team has all the makings of what you would want from a contender. Grizzlies win by 16, Morant with a phenomenal game, 28, 10, and 7, but the story of the game was the controversy between him and Nets head coach Jordy Fernandez. At the end of the first half, Morant had the moment where he scored at the buzzer and then some gamesmanship with Jordy. And then in the fourth quarter, as Morant comes out of the game, more trash talk from Memphis and Brooklyn, and this time Fernandez approached the Grizzlies bench. Things almost escalated too as Dennis Schroeder gets involved, Taylor Jenkins gets involved, and then the final buzzer sounds, the coaches go to shake hands, Jenkins and Fernandez saying, we're good, we're good, we're good, but Schroeder starts to escalate it once again, leading to Morant coming by, getting involved, and then the parties had to be separated. The Grizzlies obviously win the game 135 to 119.
I was trolling just to get them riled up, and they did, but yeah, I think that I ain't too much on my side. I even told the coach that I was trolling, so he was good. He had to do. I don't know what was said on the end to have a coach like that, but yeah, man. At the end, I just went to make sure coach was good.
If there's something stems from that half court.
I just went on to have how much points I scored that quarter. I finished it with a buzzer beater. I didn't say nothing crazy. If you look at the video, they just showed me. I was just saying, yeah. If disrespectful, it'll make you feel some type of way, then hey, so be it.
Meanwhile, in Minnesota tonight, second straight game for the Lakers without LeBron James. Despite all the doom and gloom surrounding these Lakers these days, they came in with a better record than this Timberwolves team tonight. Midway through the first without LeBron, we know AD's going to have to step up. Davis with a bucket there, but then later in the first, some Lakers carelessness. Edwards no good, but Gobert the putback. And then moments later on the inbounds, the Lakers turn it over, and McDaniels has a slam. Wolves up by 11 now. Remember, this is a Minnesota team coming in winners of 4 out of their last 5. Gotta give credit where credit is due, though, because in the second quarter, these Lakers battling back. Christian Koloko, the block, Lakers down by 2. Lakers down by 6, early stages of the third, keeping it close. Austin Reeves making his return with that new look with the headband, cutting it to 3. Without LeBron and with the lack of talent and depth on this roster, the Lakers really didn't have a chance. Minnesota up by 13 now in the third. Edwards with a 3. Edwards no good, gets his own rebound, easy putback. Now it's closing time in the fourth. Minnesota up by 6. Edwards again going to work in the pick and roll right to his spot. And this right here is what kind of night it was for the Lakers. Conley no good for 3. They grab the rebound, but it's poked away. Minnesota wins. By the way, Minnesota now 5-1 in their last 6 games. Their defense is the number 1 defense in the league through that span, and Jaden McDaniels is a big reason why. 5 steals, 2 blocks for him tonight. Now we head to the East. Pacers in Philly. We all know about the Pacers' road struggles this season. Tyrese Halliburton's been struggling so much on the road this season, but early in the first, looking to change that. To me, these are probably the 2 most disappointing teams in the entire league. When you play in the East, you have a lot of time to make up ground, and Halliburton and company looking good tonight. All of this was still in the first quarter. Halliburton again for 3. Philadelphia, by the way, came into this game winners of 4 out of their last 5, looking to turn the tide. In the second quarter, Embiid with a tough shot, but then signs of the early season Sixers sloppiness. Not only were they sloppy, Halliburton was just dominating them. And then late in the first half, things going from bad to worse as Joel Embiid gets hit in the face and suffers a fracture of his sinus. Say what you want about this, man, but this is a freak injury. This can happen to any player on any play. I feel bad for Embiid that these types of things just keep seeming to happen to him. Meanwhile, the Pacers never took their foot off the gas in the second half. This was, to me, probably Halliburton's best game of the season. 32-11 for Tyrese on the road, 7 made threes. Is this the start of Indiana starting to find themselves again? Speaking of finding themselves again, was there any team in the West that needed to find themselves more than these Phoenix Suns with the return of Kevin Durant? There's no other way to sugarcoat it. Without KD, they've been absolutely atrocious. But with KD, they are a completely different ball club. And tonight against Utah on the road, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant reminded us what they're capable of. Early stages of the second half, Phoenix up by 6, Booker cooking the zone of the Jazz. Now it's Booker again, going to the spin, getting to the midi. I will never understand why they can't figure it out without KD. But with him, they look like a completely different ball club, and it's amazing to me how little rust Durant shows. Phoenix gets a win 134-126, Booker with 34 and 8. Again, Durant in his first game back from injury, no signs of rust at all, 30 points, 8 dimes. Next up, we have Clippers and Nuggets from Denver. The Clippers have already beaten the Nuggets twice this season. Harden starts it off with a step back. Now he tries another one. That misses badly, and here come the Nuggets in transition, led by Jamal Murray coming back from that hamstring injury. Later in the first, Clippers try a lob, no good. Nuggets back out and running. Westbrook finding Watson carving to the rim. Denver up by 11, early stages of the second. Some former Clippers connecting. Russ to DeAndre Jordan, Lob City. But now here come these pesky Clippers down by 4, Harden probing, getting to his spot in the mid-range over Strother. Clippers now with a 2-point lead. Late in the first half, Harden again pocket pass to Big Zoo. Nuggets just careless here at the end of the first half. Jokic the turnover. Clippers up by 4, Harden on the other end. Some more mid-range magic from James. Third quarter, Nuggets up by 1, and now the Nuggets starting to find their groove, pushing it in transition. Don't swing the rock, Michael. Now they're up by 8. Jokic had himself a very quiet night. There's Porter Jr. again, the shooter's touch. Nuggets starting to rock and roll. Next possession, Clippers turn it over. MPJ up ahead to the Joker, soft touch. And then in the fourth, this is why the box score doesn't always tell the full story. Russell Westbrook was great on defense in this game. Active hands causing the turnover. And here he is again moments later. Just activity and energy off that Nuggets bench. Nuggets end up winning 120-98 and 6 players in double figures for them tonight. With all this talk about aliens and UFO sightings, are we sure the aliens didn't abduct the real Nikola Jokic? Because I do not recognize this man. What is going on with this? Spurs and Blazers tonight from Portland. Chris Paul picking up an early technical here in the first. 11 seconds later, Anthony Simons is shooting free throws, and the ref is going to toss Chris Paul out of the game. Spurs going to have to do this one now without CP3 on the road, but off to a great start. Third quarter, Spurs up 6, Wemby channeling his inner LaMarcus Aldridge. It looked like the Spurs were in complete control, but then Jeremy Grant went nuts in this third quarter. Now it's a 3-point game late in the third. Grant had 22 in this third quarter. Fourth quarter, it went from Spurs up big to now Portland up big, and Denny the Slam, they're up 14. Gotta give credit where credit is due, though, because these Spurs just kept fighting all game long. Champagny no good. Sohan the putback, it's a 1-point game. All tied up now with 2 minutes to go, and Champagny from the corner gives San Antonio the late lead. 114, 15 seconds to go. The Spurs go to Vassell, and he gives them the lead. On the other end, Portland with another chance, and Grant goes to the rim, and he ties it. Final chance for San Antonio, all tied up. They go to Wemby, and Wemby gets fouled. He would make both free throws. And with those free throws, the Spurs would win by 2. Wemby with a great game, 28, 7, and 7. Cavs and Wizards tonight from Cleveland, the best team in the league versus the worst team in the league, and this is why they're the best team in the league. Check out this Cleveland ball movement in the second quarter. Kudos to Washington, though, because late in this third quarter, they're still right there hovering around Bilal Coulibaly for 3. But in the fourth quarter, order would be restored. The Cavs just too much for these Wiz. Again, beautiful ball movement. Cleveland gets the win 115-105. Last but not least, in Chicago, Bulls and Hornets, this reminded me of when Lonzo first got to Chicago. Bulls fighting for a play-in spot, the Hornets are really reeling, Lonzo having himself a night. Bulls get the win, Lonzo showing love to Lil Bro. As far as players of the day go, here's one of them, even in a losing effort. And here's the other one. See you guys tomorrow night.